Number 7. Room 39, North Korea. Room 39 is a secretive North Korean party organization believed to be housed somewhere in the ruling Workers' Party building in Pyongyang. Established in the late 70s, it is described as the most secret organization inside the world's most secretive country. The main function of the room is to provide a stash of hard currency for the personal use of senior members of the government, including the ruling dictator. There, a staff of over 100 people coordinate international operations in order to raise funds, mostly through the use of illegal methods. It is estimated that between $500 million and $1 billion is generated by Room 39 every year through various methods such as counterfeiting banknotes, money laundering, exporting fake pharmaceuticals, global insurance fraud, and drug trafficking. Pyongyang, of course, denies involvement in such activities. It is said that in order to secure his grip on the nation, Kim Jong-II bribed key figures within his cabinet with millions of dollars worth of money and lavish gifts, all obtained through the work done in Room 39. The same practice is now continued by his successor and son, Kim Jong-un. It is also suggested that the country's nuclear and ballistic missiles programs are also largely funded through the same method. Room 39 poses a real threat on the world economy as the North Korean regime has been printing out fake US banknotes that are virtually indistinguishable from the real thing. Hundreds of millions of fake US currency has been made and smuggled across international borders to be laundered, leaving North Korea with large amounts of real currency. Despite the failures of North Korea's economy, they have created a system that ensured that their funds don't run out. Number 6. The Vatican's secret archives, Vatican City. The archives under the Vatican is so off limits, it even includes the word secret in its official name. Known as Archivum Secretum VATICANUM in Latin, it is a repository for the most important documents related to the history of the Catholic Church and Christendom as a whole. It was constructed in 1611 at the behest of Pope Paul V in order to separate certain documents from the more public Vatican Library. In 1980, Pope John Paul II further extended the archives, adding a 2-story underground bunker beneath the Vatican Museum. The documents are now preserved in a climate-controlled environment that prevents them from deterioration and are surrounded by fire-resistant concrete walls fitted with high-tech security features. Among the archive's known documents are those related to the Bloody Inquisition period, European wars of religion, Galileo Galilee's charges of heresy, as well as King Henry VIII's petitions for divorce, the rejection of which caused England to separate itself from the Catholic Church. The nature of the archive's secrecy has led to criticism towards the Vatican, accusing them of trying to hide dark episodes of their past. The Church, however, does sanction the opening of certain documents, making them available to the public after a certain period. Yet those documents are still only open to very few accredited researchers, academicians, and clergymen, who all have to submit formal applications before gaining access, and still, most of the archive's contents remain off limits to everyone but the highest echelons of the Vatican. Number 5. Moscow Metro 2, Russia. Over 4 decades of the Cold War has given us many interesting tales about super-secret government operations and the deceptive tricks that they used, but few stories can top the one which tells us about Metro 2, a secret underground transit system in Moscow used by Soviet government officials without public knowledge. Moscow already has a reputation for its elaborate train stations, but the existence of a completely separate and clandestine second network running alongside the public one remains a question to this day. The system was supposedly started under Joseph Stalin's rule and was codenamed D6 by the KGB. The first line was said to connect the Kremlin with one of Stalin's country homes outside of Moscow. The length of the train system then increased over time, reaching a total of 4 lines and lying 50 to 200 meters below the ground. It is rumored to connect many locations of national importance, including the Kremlin, KGB headquarters, Vnukovo Airport, as well as a secret underground town at Remenki. Cynics tried to dismiss the story, saying it would be impossible for the Soviets to build and maintain such a large-scale transport system while maintaining its secrecy. But in 1991, the US Department of Defense published a report entitled Military Forces in Transition, which devoted several pages to a secret transport system built underneath Moscow. It also included a diagram of the system superimposed on a map of the city. Interviews with former Russian officials have also strengthened the theory, as many have hinted about the existence of a secret in Moscow's metro system. Number 4. White's Gentlemen's Club, UK. White's is a gentlemen's club in London that is often regarded as one of the most exclusive and oldest of its kind. Founded in 1693, its members have included royals, aristocrats, politicians, and businessmen, many whose fathers and grandfathers were members before them. Notable members include Prince Charles, Prince William, and former British Prime Minister David Cameron, who resigned his membership in 2008. White's establishment is exclusively for gentlemen, but has made an exception for Queen Elizabeth II to visit. Still, even she could not be accepted as a member. The club has gained a reputation for its extreme exclusivity and notoriety as a gambling house for nobles. It was once referred to as the bane of half the English nobility. The clubhouse never closes, and a betting book kept inside contains wagers going back hundreds of years, including ridiculous ones, like when two lords betted on which raindrop on a window pane would slide down to the bottom first. Number 3. Club 33, Disneyland, California. Disneyland is full of amazing secrets, and one of the best kept secrets is right under the noses of all its visitors. Club 33 is the name of a private club and exclusive 5-star restaurant located in the heart of Disneyland, California. If you've been to that theme park, you've definitely walked past Club 33's front doors, although you might not have realized it. There are several theories about the origin of the club's name. The official explanation states that Club 33 gets its name from its address of 33 Royal Street in New Orleans Square at Disneyland. But another story says that it is in honor of the 33 original corporate sponsors at Disneyland. Club 33's existence in Disneyland, California was originally a well-kept secret, although it is now a relatively well-known fact, with similar clubs having been established in other Disney parks. Members of the club get VVIP privileges to all Disneyland services, including many exclusive and hidden services like a private lounge and a 5-star restaurant that serves alcohol, which is the only place you could get the beverage inside the Magic Kingdom. Membership to Club 33 is extremely limited, so an applicant would have to wait until a spot opens up. This usually only happens when a former member has either died or given up their membership. Then there is a $40,000 membership fee, not including annual fees. Some people wait half their lives just to become a member of Club 33. Number 2. RAF Menwith Hill, UK. The RAF Menwith Hill is a military base in North Yorkshire, England. It was built by the British War Office in 1960, but has been run jointly with the US since the beginning. The United States NSA took on responsibility for the US operation of the site in 1966, and the place is now largely staffed with American military and intelligence personnel. Built during the Cold War, Menwith Hill's main purpose back then was to monitor communications coming in and out of the Eastern Bloc. The site has always housed cutting-edge technology, and today it is home to more than 30 large golf ball-like radar domes and acts as a ground station for multiple US spy satellites. It also serves as a missile warning site aimed at intercepting any incoming missiles towards NATO airspace. Menwith Hill is also widely believed to be an element of the ECHELON system, a surveillance network that is capable of monitoring and eavesdropping on any modern communication, including phone calls, emails, text message, and internet browsing history. Both the UK and US Ministries of Defense insist that all operations at the base are compliant with human rights law, but many Menwith Hill's critics think otherwise. Many experts have suggested that the information gathered there can easily be abused for political, military, and industrial espionage, all while stepping over the civil liberties of countless people. Security at Menwith Hill is extremely tight, with watchtowers, patrol guards, and dogs constantly guarding its perimeter. Peace campaigners and activists often establish camps outside the gates, protesting against the alleged undemocratic nature of the base that serves as the world's ultimate Big Brother. Number 1. Bohemian Grove, California. Bohemian Grove is a campground located in Monte Rio, California, belonging to a private all-men's club known as the Bohemian Club. It was established in 1872 to serve as a hub for members of San Francisco's cultural fraternity, but the club soon opened its membership to include rich and powerful people outside of the city's borders. Getting into the club is not easy. There are extremely expensive membership and annual fees that has to be paid, and there would still be a 15-year-plus waiting list. Most importantly, membership needs to be approved, which usually requires elite connections and an Ivy League education background. Notable known members of the club include US Presidents Eisenhower, Nixon, Ford, Reagan, Bush Sr. and Jr., as well as other famous names like Clint Eastwood, Mark Twain, Bing Crosby, and the Rockefellers. The typical image of a Bohemian Club member is a wealthy white male, usually with Republican inclinations. Bohemian Grove hosts a 2-week summer event each year with about 2,000 members attending, all divided between smaller encampments according to their ranks. It opens with the cremation of care ceremony at the camp's artificial lake, where appointed members in hooded red robes sacrifice an effigy, putting it inside a skull on a boat that is set alight and pushed off into the water. The entire ceremony occurs under the gaze of a 40-foot owl statue, the club's mascot. The ritual is said to symbolize the banishment of world cares for the club members, but some people have expressed concerns that it is swollen with pagan and satanistic overtones. The mere existence of the club itself has made it a favorite subject for conspiracy theorists, especially with memberships comprising so many powerful Western figures, including politicians, bankers, businessmen, and military figures. Bohemian Grove's perimeter is heavily guarded throughout the year, although several journalists have managed to sneak their way in during recent years.